Hey everybody, welcome back to Inside Gaming Daily for Friday. That was it was scary.
Guys, the long-awaited Marvel's Avengers game is out today, and it's safe to say the game had a bit of a rough rollout. There were some issues in the development.
Yeah, it's gotten a ton of criticism for the way its character models look, along with cutting exclusive deals with Sony for popular characters like Spider-Man, so a lot of people are expecting the game to be a bust.
So, now that everyone has gotten their hands on it, guess what? It's apparently very good. People really like it.
I don't know about very good. People do like it, though.
But wait, what you're saying is we should actually wait until the game is out until we make up our minds about whether it's good or not? No, not on my watch.
That is not going to drive clicks.
Review copies didn't arrive until a few days ago. Lots of people are still playing the game and giving their reviews in progress, but as of this morning, the game had a 72 on Metacritic and a 75 on OpenCritic.
But like 75% is not bad. I'm sure there's plenty of good games that are 75%.
Yeah, that was my GPA in college.
Exactly.
You had a 75 GPA? How's that possible?
But yeah, the consensus seems to be that despite all the game's issues, and it does have issues, but it manages to be a decent superhero game.
Forbes said that developer Crystal Dynamics has kind of done the impossible, writing, "They seem to have conquered the dual challenges of crafting a coherent, impactful story in this genre, while also doing it when we have just finished up a decade of beloved MCU movies that have given us a ton of well-received Avengers movies starring almost all of these exact characters. That's an incredibly tough position to be in, yet the game has pulled it off."
Yeah, and that's the tightrope that the game has to walk, but Marvel's Avengers focuses much of the game on a newer character, Kamala Khan, aka Miss Marvel.
That's smart. That was a smart move.
Definitely.
The theme of the game is we play most, if not all of it, through her eyes, and the basic plot is her meeting her heroes, the Avengers, and ultimately teaming up with them. Forbes called her incredibly endearing, saying she brings a sense of awe to the game that kind of emulates how we as players are meant to feel as we finally have a game where we can wreck face as Black Widow or call down lightning as Thor.
IGN liked her too, writing that Sandra Saad's Kamala is charming and funny, standing out as a likable protagonist while still acting as the perfect vehicle for us to enter the world of the Avengers. I would think maybe a ship.
Yeah.
I was thinking of a couple of thugs in a convenience store holding it up.
That would make sense too.
And they have a boat?
I don't want to spoil anything. But the game is about two thugs trying to steal a boat and the Avengers have to stop them.
It's a short campaign.
Mm-hmm. Right, but it is a moral gray area because one of them needs to take his daughter to the cancer clinic in the marsh.
The cancer clinic that is in open water.
We also see the well-known voice actor and friend of the show, Troy Baker, as Bruce Banner. Once again, just a friend of Alana's. IGN said he's exceptional riding the line between a lovably awkward nerd and the rage-filled monster lurking just below the surface perfectly.
Isn't that all awkward nerds?
That's just the entire internet.
I don't know if I can come out tonight. An Asian woman in Star Wars!
Boy, I sure do love this new Paper Mario game. Wait, what's this about white genocide? The Washington Post's Gene Park is also reviewing the game and said that its promotional material, it did emphasize the live service part of the game, but failed to communicate that this game is front-loaded with an excellent true-to-character Avengers story, so that's nice. He estimated that the campaign, not super long, but 8 to 12 hours, I like a nice 12-hour campaign, with thrilling moments, compelling character arcs, and even new surprises for old characters.
So yeah, the live service aspect to the game is still obviously a big chunks to the island, but it's good that there's a decent campaign in there too. Park wrote, "Before the beta, I was starting to form the opinion that the Avengers video game should have been free to play. After about 7 hours with the final product, I'm no longer convinced that's the case. The game might be worth the full $60 cover charge."
More than one reviewer said that the beta didn't do the game justice, skipping large parts of the story just to give people a taste of the combat and online action.
I mean, it's a beta, right? Is that not part of the course?
Yes.
It is.
Kotaku wrote, "I worried it would be a dull, repetitive plod through missions built for multiplayer without a strong character focus. I worried the character models, ridiculed since the game debuted, would keep me from fully enjoying the game. Though I feel my worries were justified, I'm pleased to report that they were, for the most part, unfounded."
Sweet. Awesome. We did it. Thank God. A AAA game is going to make it, you guys.
Yeah.
Walmart Tony Stark didn't screw this game up after all. We'll talk about praise for the combat system next, but first, let's talk about a cool digital event that AT AT&T and Samsung are doing for RTX at home.
Gang, listen up. Rooster Teeth is joining forces with Samsung and AT&T 5G to kick things off for our upcoming RTX at home virtual event. We are creating a Ruby outdoor mural that you can add art to from home using the Mark augmented reality app. Just download the Mark app and start creating your own Ruby art. Starting on September 5th through September 7th, each night fans' designs will be projected on the mural wall and you could see yours come to life on social. If you're on the AT&T 5G network at home, you can access Plus mode through the Mark app, so you will get the highest res video and crystal clear images to explore on the app. Check out the new Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra 5G powered by AT&T 5G. AT&T 5G requires compatible plans and coverage that's not in all areas. Here are some of the new features you can try out on this device. Cloud gaming will be available with the power of 5G. Try out cloud gaming with high performance experiences brought to you via the newest Samsung devices powered by AT&T 5G. The Galaxy Note 20 Ultra 5G also has a 120Hz adaptive display that automatically adjusts the refresh rate according to the content you are viewing, and an intelligent battery that optimizes for your gameplay. Between 5G support, Wi-Fi optimization, and the advanced processor, you get a smooth gaming experience with virtually no lag. And check out the S Pen and Samsung Notes to create your own works of art. Head over to att.com/Galaxy Note 20 Ultra 5G to learn how you can get the Samsung Galaxy Note 20 5G for free or the Galaxy Note 20 5G Ultra for $299.99 for a limited time.
Back to the combat. While it's not the deepest system in the world, much like the rest of Avengers, reviewers said they were pleasantly surprised.
Park wrote that the combat system surprised him in how engaging it is. He wrote, "I have most of Iron Man's lasers and repulsor moves unlocked, and the combat feels varied enough to turn this game into the best Iron Man video game I've ever played."
If it accomplishes that, then that's
cool.
worth
Yeah.
it. Yeah. IGN said that the campaign is a seriously good superhero brawler. They said the combat, like others, was deeper than they initially thought, but not too deep. They wrote, most big fights devolve into mashing the light and heavy attack buttons, but you do have to be smart about dodging, breaking enemy guards, and using defensive abilities while doing that.
Games Radar said that the combat really shines when your super attacks are ready, because who doesn't want to be the Hulk and send people flying? They added, though, that the rest of the time it's a dance of heavy attacks, light attacks, and dodges to move out of the way of enemies with that old favorite, the unblockable attack. Maybe the weapon lights up for a second or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then if you're me, you still press the parry button.
Yes.
I run straight toward them when they do that.
Yeah.
I'm like, let's do it.
People still had some complaints, though. IGN didn't like the fact that the story will occasionally ask you to run through the generic open worlds and the AIM facilities present in many multiplayer missions, completing dual objectives that aren't designed with your specific hero in mind.
Yeah, and Games Radar wrote that even so early on, I'm getting bored of seeing the same enemy types in every battle, utterly anonymous androids, and then some slightly fancier colored androids with bigger weapons. And then, of course, there is the live service part of the game, that ongoing looter part that's meant to keep you coming back and grinding for the rest of your life until you look back and realize, what have I done? I'm 50 years old. I'm still playing the goddamn Avengers game.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no.
Oh, no, it was awesome. That was a decade well spent.
Yeah, you walk back into your living room and your wife is 80 and she's like, I waited.
It's going to even charge $10 per battle pass for each post-launch DLC character in the future, which everyone hated. Jim Sterling did a video castigating, nice,
Thank you.
Square Enix for being a mess of microtransactions and battle passes.
He was like, I don't get it, mate. This is bloody rubbish. 800,000 views.
Yes.
There's also a currency called credits that you can buy with real money and spend in-game on cosmetics, like costumes, finishing animations, emotes, and nameplates.
Cool.
It's just the live servicey stuff. It's all pretty
Yeah.
standard. The $10 thing for every character after. I think like the characters themselves are free. They did a little playing with the language there, but then if you want the battle pass to power them up, you got to pay $10.
As for how good the live service part was, well, reviewers are still figuring that out. After all, these things are specifically designed to be played for hundreds, if not thousands, if not millions of hours.
Millions.
Until the end of time.
You're just hooked up to a machine at this point playing.
Yeah. Destructoid felt like the story was boring, but that when I come across a freeform mission as my favorite Avenger and start ripping robots apart with a full team of people online, my face turns from a grimace to a smile.
And Park of the Washington Post wrote that he'd already gotten a few legendary drops, some armor, and all cool stuff like that, but that the various missions were also starting to feel familiar.
Yeah.
He wrote, much of them are variations of defending certain areas from hordes of robots or pushing enough buttons while fighting hordes of robots. It's repetitive, but that's the nature of these games. It's sure.
So, the jury is still out on the looter portion of the game, but as far as the campaign is concerned, it looks like most reviewers are satisfied with what they got, and considering what a mess the game kind of appeared to be, that counts as a big superhero victory. I still don't like the graphical style and that stuff of it, but I hope it's fun.
I don't like the way Thor looks.
They look like stunt doubles for male porn stars.
Hell yeah.
What if they did start f***ing in the game?
Then I would pay $100.
Just drop everything.
All right, everybody, that's our Friday Daily. But real quick, before we let you go off into the weekend, we'd like to take a moment to show off some of the awesome fan art that y'all have made for us. Some of these seriously cool. We've never had a place to show them off, so we're officially dubbing the segment Fan Art Friday. May the alliteration never die in this channel. Connor, roll those clips.
Okay.
All that I want is to be anywhere. You are all that I want is to be anywhere. You are all that I want is to be anywhere. You are. We could wake up to the burning sun.
Speaking of crushed spirits, Brian, continue the script.
Yeah, while delays are nothing new in video games at all, could it be that fans are more forgiving of delays nowadays? Gamers learning forgiveness and empathy. Now that's a headline, baby. That's going to get us some clicks.
That kind of scares me. Anyway, let's check out what they said about the delays, which was